presentation. Mr. Abel Samuel is a forensic and crime scene investigator. Is a member of the Forensic and Crime Scene Investigation Department of the Nigerian Police Force headquarters in Lagos. And he will be talking to us on chain of custody. Over to you, Mr. Abel.
Ready.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. I would like to still maintain
we can hear you clearly,
the custody.
Okay, my name is Richard.
In this case, protocol. So, at any point you can hear me, please, you can call my attention to it, please.
Sounds good.
Okay. The topic is chain of custody. And chain of custody, like I would like to say always, is simply crime scene to courtroom. And chain of custody starts from the beginning of processing a crime scene. If everything you do from the beginning of the crime scene to the courtroom, all the processes, everyone that has handled the exhibit collected, evidences collected, is part of
Mr.
the
Samuel,
chain of.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Apologies for disrupting your presentation, but I would just like you to know that you have 15 minutes of presentation, and then we'll take the questions and answer segment for the next 10 minutes.
Please. Yes, please.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Like I said, it should be from crime scene to courtroom. So all you should do is to maintain the integrity of the evidence collected from the crime scene. And one of this integrity, how to maintain this integrity, is packaging of the evidence. Now, all the evidence you see at the scene of crime must be properly documented. Documentation is a huge part of chain of custody. Photography is a huge part of chain of custody. What you are trying to do, it should be able to prove the integrity and possession of the item from the moment it is seized until it reaches the court. The person first seizing the item and packaging it shall complete the evidence label, detailing it that they have what they have done. Collecting this evidence, packaging them, putting all the exhibit label, and filling up the chain of custody form is a huge part. If you have been to court and given evidence and been cross-examined by a seasoned lawyer, you will know the importance of chain of custody. Packaging chain of custody is important for establishing that the evidence presented in court is indeed the same evidence that was collected at the crime scene. It provides a clear documented records of who had possession of the evidence at a given time, thereby preventing tampering, preventing tampering, loss, and contamination. You see, if any of these things is not properly done, it will give the court this notion that the integrity is no longer there. Anything of evidential value should be properly collected, and it is simply crime scene to courtroom. Now, in packaging chain of custodies and packaging materials, we need the proper envelope. Those are sterilized envelopes, sterilized evidence collection. The presenter before now was talking about evidence in court, like the biological evidence, the document evidence, the fingerprint evidence, tool marks. Whatsoever evidence you want to present in court of law should be able to meet to the international standard and keeping the record properly. Most questions that was asked in court today is, how did you collect this evidence? And you should be able to show them documentation, pictorial evidence, maybe and chain of custody, who has handled this evidence. And in case, maybe the presenter before now will have given us a clear knowledge of the qualification of an expert. Because if you don't do that, the the first responders are able to be properly taught on how to handle evidence in the scene of crime. Now, there are several packaging materials. Seal tapes must be put in place, tamper-proofs. The materials must be properly sterile. If you are talking about biological evidence, you should be able to protect yourself, not to contaminate the evidence. In most of those cases, you should be able to protect yourself. We have cases whereby people that will go and collect biological evidence are not well protected. So at the end of the day, this evidence will be contaminated and the court will deem it not admissible. And in that case, it is not good at all. Packaging of this evidence is to maintain the integrity, like I said. And any person subsequently handling this possession of an exhibit should be able to show when they received it, who they received it from, when they handed it to someone else or store it. In the case of police, we have cases whereby they have the exhibit and keepers. You'll be able to know that these exhibits that were collected are kept in the most professional manner. Okay. If I don't know if it's been shared there, I will have shown you some of the packaging materials. Failure to maintain a chain of custody can result in exhibit being deemed inadmissible in the court of law. And in our proper court of law today, we know that the first respondents are the ones that attack Muslim, and in this case, it is the IPOs. The IPOs are questioned on how they seize this evidence, how did they package this evidence, how did they send it to the lab, and how the analysis was done. Some of those evidence are destructive. It can't be returned back. So you'll be able to keep a record of what you have collected originally from the scene, pictures, measurement, and everything should be done accordingly. And I think with that, if you do that holistically from the crime scene to courtroom, you will have no problem with that. So thank you very much. With the issue of network, I just want to stop here and take some questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel. That was a very short but precise presentation. Thank you for keeping to your time. Do we have questions for Mr. Samuel? Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, this is Richard. I just want to show my device is up.
Yeah, it's on. I already called you for your presentation, but seems you were offline. So we'll be taking your presentation after this question and answer segment, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. So do we have questions for Mr. Abel Samuel, who just spoke up on chain of custody? Okay, Dr. Tajuddin Alowonle, I can see your hands
good morning.
Are raised here.
Good morning, ma. Good morning, everyone.
Sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Samuel for the good morning. Can you hear me?
Clearly, sir.
Okay. I thank Mr. Samuel Odeh for the presentation. My name is Dr. Ola from Nigerian Police Academy, Kano, in Department of Biochemistry and Forensic Science. I do take this course, Crime Scene Investigation, for our second-year students in Forensic Science. My question is this: how does a chain of custody affect admissibility of evidence in
Doctor, good afternoon. Nice to see you here.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Thank you, sir. So, like I said,
good afternoon. I can hear you, sir.
Yes, if the right thing is not done, and you get to, like I said from the beginning, I said, if you have given evidence in the court of law and being cross-examined by most of this law, they will tell the court, man, this contains the evidence of this expert. He's an expert. He's not an expert of truth. He came here to present false evidence to the court. And my lord, this evidence was not gotten from my social. Are you there?
Yes, we
sir,
can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Yeah. So if you get a good lawyer that will cross-examine you, of course, from cross-examination, if you did not properly maintain the chain of custody, your evidence will be thrown away. And the court, most judges always rely on the expert opinion. And once you cannot be able to prove to the court that these things are done accordingly, a chain of custody is not properly maintained, well, you know, the rest. It's at the discretion of the court to either admit the evidence or throw it away. But you stand a very slim chance for your evidence to be admitted.
Hello, I have a question.
All right, go ahead, sir. I hope your question has been answered.
Yes, thank you.
Let's go ahead with the next question, please.
Okay. My question goes in the handling of electronic devices at the crime scene. You know, in the chain of custody, how do you handle a thing like, you know, maybe you found a phone at the scene of crime and the phone is either switched on. There are two schools to it that maybe it should be switched off before moving it down to where the evidence can be extracted. In the process, knowing fully well the technology is designed in such a way that there's always signal coming in and out of the phone. So how do you handle it? How do you preserve the phone to maintain its identity as at when found at the scene of crime, to make it admissible? Because like we said in the process of cross-examination, if an expert that knows is in us is there, he'll be able to tell you that in the process of moving this item from A to B before getting to the court, so many data must have been inserted, must have be added to it, and some must have been extracted. For instance, an expert can send a kill signal from nowhere, knowing fully well he left his phone at the scene of crime, to kill the information, the data there, and render it becoming useless when even taken to court. So how do you handle this? Thank you very much. That's my question, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. I hope you got that, Mr. Abel Samuel.
What we do in case of mobile phone is that it is not, you don't switch. Yes, I can hear that. I'm answering.
All right.
Yeah.
So you number one, you don't switch off the phone when you seize the phone. Number two, you have to photograph the phone in its original state. Taking the photograph of that phone with the screen light on. You take photograph of the mobile phone at its original state with the screen light on, maybe it's showing the time, date from the screen. So most of those phones display a lot of things from the screen. Some people use their pictures and maybe their background pictures and the rest, the theme of the phone. Once you take the photograph of the phone, take maybe the back of the phone where the IME number, anything is showing, take it, then save this phone in a Faraday bag. The Faraday bag the Faraday bag is a network breaker, and it's there won't be any call coming in, and you can, with that, even if the phone gets to the laboratory for analysis, what you need to do, you don't work on the original, you have to what we call imaging. You have to image the mobile phone and work on the image you got from it. Okay. Yes, that is the most important. And with that, there is no lawyer, no court that can, discontinent your evidence.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope your question has been answered, sir. I would like to take one more question. One more question from. Do we have one more question? Let's see.
I wanted to add.
Okay.
Yes, because of Faraday's bag, which is not readily available, we devised a method of screening out the signals by folding the device in aluminum foil bag in several tones. you can experiment that over there as well.
Absolutely, sir. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
So, yeah,
thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we have a comment in the chat that can we have, I would like to announce that the Forensic Investigator Society has a forensic stroke question document examination laboratory. So we have a forensic stroke question document examination laboratory. And in this laboratory, signatures, handwriting, fingerprints are examined. So you can come in to examine your documents, such as contract, wills, titles and deeds, seals, stamps, bank checks, and machine-generated documents. So if you would like more information about this, or you would like to come examine or question documents, you can visit the headquarters of the Forensic Investigator Society at kilometer 46, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Redemption Camp, Mowe, Ogun State, Nigeria. Or you can call 070-6628-0094, or you can reach out to the registrar of the society for more information about forensic and question document examination laboratory. Thank you. So